honestly feel like a lot of these famous rappers and elitists, I already told you that I believe a lot of these people are transgender. Not all, but I believe that a lot of them are transgendered at birth, and they go to these top-notch acting schools where they know how to act. They know how to put on fake personas, and I mean, you've seen just besides rappers, you've seen just the way some of these people act in movies. Like they know how to play a role that is outside of themselves to the full out max and very, very well, whatever. So it's like, I feel like we have to don't have to take everything at face value. It's like some things are like common sense. And one thing I don't like is, like I said, I'm not rooting for the downfall of these celebrities or nothing like that. I don't have a strong hatred for them because I don't know them. I'm just uncovering things that I feel are deceptive that they do. And one way you can tell that a person is either a liar or they're hiding something, especially when it comes to like famous people, is that they're doing stuff that doesn't make any type of logical common sense. Like for example, Bobby Shmurda, and I don't know if that's how you pronounce his name, whatever. I'm not too heavy into like these new rappers. I'm like, I know for sure certain people like the Puff Daddies and the Maces, and I listen to a lot of different type of music. The Tupac's, Quando Rondo, I know like two of his songs. Bobby Shmurda, I know one of his songs. I just started looking at NBA YoungBoy, mostly all of his other songs today, and I only knew one song by him called Bandit. So it's like I'm not into like I don't really know too much of the new songs just by stuff that I've heard by being around previous boyfriends or previous partners and stuff like that, or just by browsing and stuff. So I just want to say that. But some stuff that I look at is like it's not making any logical sense. Now me, I'm not heavy into like street knowledge and stuff like that. But when I did used to date certain people, like I dated certain Crips in the past and stuff like that, people that were in gangs or just did tough stuff. It's like I noticed they don't. First of all, and you have to use your logical common sense. If you're in a gang and you have a strong enemy or people you don't like that you want dead, if you do go and ride on them and shoot them and kill them, in your mind, you're gonna automatically know that people related to them or people in their gang or their family are gonna be beyond pissed and try to find out who did it. They're going to be mad, and so more than likely, especially if you don't want to go to prison or you don't want to get shot up, you are going to try to hide that fact and put it on the low. Either act like you didn't do it, act nonchalant, but you wouldn't broadcast, I'm a murderer, I hit this person up, and blah 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 blah. Especially and even more so if you are a famous celebrity on national TV on a music video that you know are going to be seen by millions of people. And then also on top of that, you know, your enemies are watching and the cops are watching. So it's like a lot of the stuff that they do, it doesn't add up to me. Sometimes I feel like, in my opinion, I feel sometimes they use certain people, they pose them as rappers, and they put them on the inside, give them, you know, millions of amounts of views and fans and money and stuff like that. Just like, you know, portraying themselves as a famous person. Not every case, but some cases. And I feel like on the inner circle, if they're portraying as what they are, then you know you're surrounding yourself with people like this. So that's like an inside way to kind of like let the cops know what's going on and stuff like that. Sometimes I feel it's people that um, they may pay. I don't know. I don't know, but I just know when I see something that doesn't really add up. It's like a lot of the stuff that they doing, guns in the videos. Now it could be fake guns or whatever and unloaded or whatever, but in general, it's like I've heard that if you even go to, I heard that if you go to a store and try to buy a bulletproof vest, that they'll come at you and arrest you for that because that's against the law. That may not be true or not. That's what I've heard from somebody. So it's like if you have all these AKs in your videos, money, stage money, whatever, that's fine. I'm not talking about that. But if you having so-called drugs and guns in your videos and you're bragging that you do that and your crew, if y'all supposedly did it, it wouldn't even make sense to even broadcast it that way. That's why I feel like a lot of these people or secret government agents and stuff like that. And then it goes back to what Rose McGowan said. She said, being a celebrity is like it's like doing deep undercover work. And I took that as if she's saying that a lot of them are transgender, and so they're playing a role of something that they're not. I'm sorry, but then you can also look at it in a way like these people are undercover agents playing a role, trying to find out stuff. Maybe she meant something different, but it's just like a lot of the stuff that they do doesn't really make any logical kind of common sense and stuff. But what they do is they take certain people, they pass certain agendas. I don't think it's just about snitches and stuff like that, but they take certain people, give them a bogus identity to also, besides going in there to snitch, to pass certain agendas. Like when I looked at the video, I forgot the name of it, but I looked at the video with 6ix9ine, and I'm new to his music. With him and a whole bunch of black guys around, it doesn't have anything to do with race. It's just that he looks off to me. I don't care how cool he tries to sell himself or how cool his personality seems. It's like you can kind of tell what he's about just by his music video. So a person can seem like they cool and I do believe that he's very intelligent all day, but it's like when you making videos and throwing up gang signs, throwing up blood flags and stuff like that. I think the video was called Gunna or something. And he had a whole bunch of weed on the car and cops were around. It's like, come on. It's like you could say all day that was fake bags of weed, but in general, it's like the persona that you're putting out is fake. So it's like either that's fake and you just fake and you just trying to sell an image to the public, or either you trying to get people on your team to portray yourself as something that you're not, to get people or on your team and kind of get on the ends of what's really going on and set people up and send people to jail. Because it's like what he did in the interview I put on my page with the black lady, she coming to him like she representing the black community. And really, honestly, I don't even care, being honest or whatever. I don't care about stuff like that. But the way they present it is like she's attacking him so hard that you can't help but just feel sorry for him and try to hear him out, because she's like, you did this to black people, you snitching and stuff like that. In the way that he knows how to finesse the audience and finesse the interview, and then he kept touching on her leg, trying to be nice, and it looked like she just, that's like mind trickery. It's like if you've ever been around a finesser or somebody that's like really, really smooth with their mouth or whatever, that's a deceptive person, then that kind of stuff will go kind of like right past you or whatever. But it's like, I know how some people are, and from a lot of people that I've dealt with in my past. So it's like, I know mind trickery when I see it. It's like certain stuff that they do is just not adding up. You walking around free and yeah, but you're openly making videos, calling yourself a rat and y'all hating, and you just send a lot of people to jail, regardless of the situation. That's against the street code, and then you have millions and billions of views in getting all this money, but you just were caught in a major scandal where you snitched on some people and you got yourself out of jail early. So regardless of how they shake it and try to twist it and try to make it seem like the elite do stuff to show that they're in control, they do stuff to show we can take anybody and make anybody like them. It doesn't matter what they did, but we can still make them pop them. They did the same thing with R. Kelly, with the whole Aaliyah thing. To me, that was a set up scandal, whatever. I believe that, yes, to a certain extent it's true, but just to a certain extent, you got to take stuff that they do with a grain of salt and look at it into a much deeper, because whatever they present to you is never going to be really what it is. Because remember, this is the satanic music industry. Remember, Satan was over music in heaven. So whatever they give you is always going to be very, very deceptive. So whatever they tell you, never look at it as face value. And a lot of these rappers, to me, they do like a lot of questionable stuff. Like, for example, they FaceTime. I saw one. I just be scrolling through stuff so I go through stuff online so I can look at it, use my discernment, use my intuition, and then put it on here to share with y'all. Like whatever, like is some of this stuff may be old, but it's just like I don't keep up with the latest gossip and stuff anymore, unless I just run through it online or something. But it's just like, for example, I saw Drake and what's his name, Tory Lanez on FaceTime Live, and he was like, "Come on, we're gonna get crunk, get a drink. Come on, get a drink, Drake," and cheering him on the microphone and stuff like that, just like he did with two other transgenders. But it's like, what real men? And let's just be real. FaceTime is like for females. What real straight men are going to look at each other on the internet and talk, even if fans want to see that or whatever? It's certain things that men ain't gonna do, and that's what makes me think they're transgender as well, because it's like real men would know that. They would hold it in their mind and know, way this ain't gonna look right. Why am I FaceTiming live with a dude that's cheering me on to drink and want to see how wild I can get online? It's like little stuff that they do that's just not adding up. And then let me go back to 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine, I look at his videos, it's like he's not doing nothing positive. And everybody doesn't have to roll with God or whatever, because we've all had a time in our life where we were lost and stuff like that. But the millions of views that he's getting, it don't even have nothing to do with his race, because it's a whole bunch of other black rappers and stuff like that that I'd be like, they're not really saying nothing. It's like all he doing is have a whole bunch of who I feel are transgenders with big butts in his video dancing around in thongs and stuff like that, and he just rapping about nonsense or whatever. And I just don't see what the big deal is. Like, you have to look like, to me, I don't think he's a good rapper. Just like I don't think other people that are black are good. It doesn't have anything to do with race. I want to clarify that. It's like Satan is out to get everybody. So it's just like you really have to start, looking at stuff and like turn your head to the side, because a lot of the stuff that they are doing is not adding up and doesn't make sense. So become an investigator like me too, and just kind of like go back on some of the videos and say, hey, this doesn't make sense. If I did this, would I really? Ask yourself, would you do that? If you committed top-notch murders where you shot people, shot them in the head or whatever, and you know that these people are dead and they doing investigations on that, would you really make a video broadcasting that? So like I said on my Facebook page, these people are either really, really stupid and trying to showboat and don't care. They just trying to get a few minutes of fame, which doesn't really make sense, because nobody would really do that, because nobody really wants to get caught. They either staging this stuff to try to promote more violence in the black neighborhood and stuff like that, and just, I don't know. Or either these people are undercover agents and stuff, trying to set people up and getting deeper into the drug game and what's going on. Because when you're making a lot of money, like a millionaire and stuff like that, you're in line with top notch killers and drug dealers who are like with Colombia and stuff like that. You up there with the big. So that's what made me think these people are like federal agents. Not all of them, of course, but just some of them, because a lot of stuff that they doing is not adding up. That's just my video for today. I hope y'all like it, and I hope that kind of makes you like think about things more deeper when you look at them.